everyone.
Hello, everyone. Yes,
hi, everyone.
yes. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Boston Caribbean Fashion Week, the virtual edition. Yep. I hope you guys are all excited as I am. And of course, my name is MC Laura O, and I'll be your host for this week. Ladies,
Yes.
introduce yourselves. Let everybody know who you is too.
Well, I'm Cheryl. I will be one of the speakers and moderators, and I'm actually an event coordinator for Boston Caribbean Fashion Week. Welcome, everyone.
And Boss Lady.
And Boss Lady here, reporting for duty in my lovely olive outfit. I am Althea Blackford. I'm the founder and executive producer of Boston Caribbean Fashion Week. I'm so excited and thrilled to have all of you here for year 7. This is the year of fashion. And what a year do we have for 2021? We're bringing it to you in the virtual realm. So welcome, everyone.
Yes. And before we even start, I would love to thank the BCFW team, the designers, the models, the speakers for their support and hard work. Because listen, guys, I know this pandemic has been hard on everybody, but understand we could not skip 2020 without making sure that we come through with the best of the best. That is Boston Caribbean Fashion Week. And also, we have to give a special shout out to SCORE Boston, our event partners, an organization that provides business mentoring for business entrepreneurs like yourself. And they also provide free workshops. And of course, you got to stay tuned for them during the week because they're about to drop us some gems, resources, and information that will help better us going forward this year. So give it up for SCORE Boston if you're here.
Definitely. And I also want to say congratulations, Miss Althea, for this great production that's about to happen. I know how hard you work. For everyone, get ready for this great week. And congratulations again, Althea.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone in terms of the team, my host. We're on the journey. We're here. We're live in effect. No turning back now. It's official. So we have some great stuff lined up for you once again. So I do thank all of those who are joining us from all over the world. If you are joining us live, can you just put in the chat where you are watching us from? Because we would love to see where we are reaching out. Besides Boston, where in the world are we reaching out to everybody? It'll be exciting to know where we're connecting.
Right.
We have Boston in the house.
Okay, Boston.
Yeah.
See you.
Boston's here.
Always representing.
Yes. So yeah, make sure that you definitely represent where you are from and let us know where you're going on. And we love to connect with everybody. So we have a great week in terms of our fashion week of what's going on. Well, Dorchester's in the house.
Welcome. I'm here in Dorchester. Hi, Andrew. I'm in Dorchester too. Right here.
Down the virtual street and around the corner.
Yeah. So holla. But we cannot forget the reason why we are here, ladies and gentlemen. This year, we're focusing on the reconstruction of fashion. All right. The fashion industry, like many others, is pivoting and rebuilding during this pandemic. And over the next few days, you'll hear from experts and very amazing speakers throughout the week who will give you strategies and will give you information on how to strategize your fashion brand no matter what stage you are in. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're just starting off and you don't know what to do and you've been affected by COVID, listen, we are here to make sure we move this forward. We make sure that you are able to grow and we have all the tools. All right. So if you stick with us throughout the week, you're going to catch those gems. All right. This is what we are all about. Reconstruction of fashion, baby. Yes. All right. Who's here with me? Yes, Victoria. I see you. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Victoria.
Victoria from Victoria. Wonderful. We have Philly. Nice. Monique. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have Joseph from Boston. Thank you for joining us. We love our local folks as well.
Yes.
So at this time, I just want to give everybody a quick tutorial about this platform that we're on, that we're going to be here for the next 4 days. So at least you get an idea of what it is that we're a part of and what's happening. So it's not just, I don't know where to go or what to do. So we're going to take this time to walk you through, because once we have our full schedule for the next 3 days, we want to make sure that's an easy transition for everyone that's coming through during the different times. So as you see here, we're at the main stage. Whenever there is a session that is happening here at the main stage, your screen will actually appear in this format right here, where you will see someone or a video will be happening on the stage area. And that will be that particular session. And you can always click over to the schedule area and check to see what the sessions are and the particular times from there. When a session is not happening, you're going to see, when, just like before we actually came on live to you, you're going to see a bunch of little tables all around. That is our social lounge. We want everyone that is coming through this platform throughout various times of the day, we want you guys to connect with each other. So just find a table, grab a table, sit down, and guess what? Talk to each other. This is a beautiful way to meet new people and network with people as well, too, because you don't know who can help you with what, or who knows the way to bridge the gap for you. So we have the social lounge, and you'll see on the various tables all of our lovely event partners that have worked along with us. We have definitely our major event partner, which is Score Boston, but we do have Roam Loud, which is going to be one of our presenting speakers that you will see in various talks. Heather Jones Designs. We have Michael Smith Photography. We have Destination Let's Go. We have a couple others as well. And we do have our home base, BCFW Boston Caribbean Fashion Week table. So we will always have a table. And then we do have Brian Kaplan Marketing as well, too. So each of these folks that have tables are going to be presenters throughout this week. And you're going to be seeing them as well, too. So at the social tables is kind of what you're seeing here live right now, but a smaller version. So you'll get to meet people and you can chit chat from there. And then when we do have a live session that's going on, it will take you out of the lounge and bring you forward into this world where you will see a live presentation that is happening. Now, if you look over to your right-hand side, you're going to see the live, there's a series of different tabs. You have session, video, raise hand, attendees, chat, and questions. Now, if you click on sessions, you'll find out all the sessions that are happening, or the particular session that is actually happening at that moment. For raise hand, you just click on raise hand. We'll see you and we'll acknowledge you from there. For the attendees, you can actually see who's on at the moment from there, and actually see a couple of people I see. I'm like, oh, hi, people. I know a lot of you. Yay. There's a lot of good people that are in here. So that's where all the attendees are. So there's that. And then next up, you have the chat section. In the chat section, you will see there is where everybody can see everybody's chat. If you want to do a one-on-one conversation with somebody, just pop over to the attendee section and find that person, and then you can click on the 3 little dots and you can have a quick little sidebar combo. But don't do it all the time. We want to talk to everybody. When we do have our presentations, especially with particularly our live sessions, we want to make sure that the questions are all in one space. So just below the chat tab, you'll see the questions tab. So if you have any questions there, when we're having our live presentations or just anything in general, please put your questions in there. We'll definitely make sure that we'll address them, whether it's myself, our fabulous host, Laura. We'll make sure that from there, you're able to get your questions answered in a very timely manner from whatever it may be. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Hey, Florida's in the house. I see you. Nice. Welcome and thanks for joining us. So at this time, we want to take a little mini type of exercise, and we want everybody to go into the lounge, which will be, once we end the session, you're going to end up in the lounge. And the 3 of us are going to take a table. And we want everybody to just pick a table and join in there. And this is a way, just an exercise, so you can feel of what the social tables is all about during the week. And at a great time just to meet up with everybody. And most likely, if I see you and I know you, it's a good time for me to catch up with you. So on that note, when we go into our social tables, we're going to be there for just about 10 minutes. And the question that I'm going to toss out to everybody is, where are you coming from in terms of where in the world, number one, just in case you didn't put it in the chat. And then what brings you to our Fashion Week event? So that's pretty much our lovely icebreaker questions for the session. Welcome back, everybody. If you're in the chats, welcome back. Welcome back. This is now part 2. And I hope that everybody who was able to go into the social tables, our social little lounge, you were able to meet some new people, gain some new friends along the way.
Hi.
So hello, Counselor.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so excited to be on the main stage.
You are. Welcome.
I feel like I'm alive. I should have dressed up.
It's a red carpet, Jolly. We do this every time. The virtual red carpet.
This is my my most recent COVID drama that really will lend itself to the main fashion stage at any event. But I've got a lovely. Broke at least my toe, maybe the top of my foot, and it was nothing glamorous. I wasn't wearing heels. It just it was my fashion piece for the day.
You gotta make sure that the boot is bedazzled out, and then you're officially fashion.
I love it. This is great. This is really wonderful. And what a celebration of community, of culture, of fine-looking women for sure. And then one of us that shows up in a boot.
Minor details. We're all waist up fashion here. We're all waist up. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yes.
So, Counselor, I just wanted you to just talk to the folks about who you are and what you do for the community, and then also the fact that you have your fashion business as well, Stitch House. So you can speak about that as well.
I love it. Thank you so much. So, Anissa Essiabi-George, I'm an at-large city councilor, which means I have the privilege and the honor of representing the entire city of Boston. I am, as you can see, a fashion plate. But do enjoy the idea of helping others create fashion. I own the Stitch House in Dorchester, which is a knitting and sewing shop. I've been sewing since I was very young. My mother taught me how to sew when I was 6 years old, and I never stopped. From making my prom dress, my friends' prom dresses, to my wedding dress, my bridal party, my flower girls, and my little ring bearers. I love sewing. I love creating. I love imagining and wondering, what if we took a piece of fabric and did something different with it, what could we create? And it's about style and fashion, but it's also about creating a story and a legacy and potentially an heirloom for those that we love and care about, and those that we want to look good along the way. And I don't sew as much as I used to, although I just finished making 7,000 cloth masks for.
Wow! Congrats!
Yeah. Well, what else are we going to do when one has a sewing machine and a collection of fabric and a pandemic? What are you supposed to do? We do what we do, and we craft, we create, we imagine, and some of us made 7,000 masks. But when I think about the fashion industry, it is really, for me, about. And I think about my business at the Stitch House, where we teach people how to sew and how to create and how to craft. It's really about fantasizing and creating something spectacular. And it doesn't have to be spectacular, but it's something special. And I've got this saying in my shop at the Stitch House, sort of our slogan that says, there is nothing more special than what we create by hand. And sort of using that imagination and knowing that anything that you're making, any garment, any window treatment, a quilt, some sort of gift, that every moment that you put into it's work and it's labor, but it's also love and inspiration. And in fact, I was at my shop. I'm usually at the shop on Wednesdays, and I had a customer call in who just recently had a miscarriage. And she had the baby's blanket, and she called. She goes, "I want to create something out of this. I want, this is something that I can save." And so we're gonna get together next week and talk about how we can create something special from sadness. And so how So fashion is not just, it's a passion, it's a love, but it's also an industry and a business. And for so many of those that create fashion, it puts food on the table. And there's an important business behind fashion. And then we add what we're talking about, I think what you're talking about this week, we're adding culture to that. Where does our culture, where does our heritage, where does our family story, where do the stories of those that came before us, maybe those that taught us this craft, where does that live and belong in this world and in this story of our life?
Great.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Where can we find you as far as websites, Instagram?
You can find me in a couple of Stirring the Political Pot on Twitter. I'm Anissa for Boss, ANNISSA for FORBOS. But the website is anissaforboston.com. And then I have Stitch House, which is stitchhousedorchester.com.
Okay. Do you have, any, garments or projects or, new releases of certain things that you're creating with Stitch House?
Well, I happen, because I'm a knitter as well, and my knitting is with me wherever I go. I do a lot of knitting. This here is a shawl. It is, it'll eventually get to the point where I can wrap it around myself as the nights get colder. But this is like a sampler. So it's got like a basket weave. Then it's got some beading. This is my favorite part, is the beading, because I really do love a little sparkle. And then we've got like an eyelet trim. So it's hard to see all of that. But when I think about something that I'm making, whether it's following somebody else's pattern, this happens to be a hand-dyed pattern. So someone dyed this in their home. And the fiber arts, when we think about fashion, we think about the final garment that is made for a person that they put on their body, and they look, they want to feel powerful, they want to feel beautiful, they want to feel a certain presence. Yeah. But there's also that industry that goes into making that piece of fabric or that or the fiber that this is wool. We've got lots of indie dyers in the city of Boston. There's this one woman in particular that I love, Diane Ivy. She goes by Lady Dye, lives in Jamaica Plain, is about to open a studio outside of her home for the first time in Hyde Park. And she dyes yarn. She dyes fiber that other people make creations out of. And it's really, it's a woman-centric industry, as we all know. And it's based on women and for too long run by men. And for women to take this back and to make it our own, because we're the ones wearing the clothes. It's important to be involved in this industry, and it's important for women of color in particular to be in this industry. And in the yarn industry, in the fiber industry, it is mostly females. We have a new puppy, and the puppy is doing something he shouldn't be doing.
Our life.
But it is also important to make sure that we have Black women in particular in the fiber industry, because there are so few in the fiber industry. It's long been dominated by women, but dominated by white women. So lots of things. I'm also, like I said, I talked to that woman today, and I can't wait to help her create something really special for a difficult, to remember a moment of joy in a very difficult moment in her life.
Yes.
Great. I love all of it.
I love it.
Love it.
Hopefully we'll have you come on down one day, and you can showcase, give us a line.
Or try something on that you've created, because you're much more creative than me.
I only had half the skill as you.
My other question to you, have you thought of, I know you were doing classes before, have you thought of doing virtual classes? Is that something that's in at all, or is there no time for that?
We've done a lot over the closure. We've done a lot of virtual sessions and knit-alongs that have involved some help. We haven't done classes. We weren't set up for it. No, so hard to be prepared. We had no idea what was coming. Yeah. And although as a Stitch House team at the shop, my staff there, we've been talking about, okay, now we hit September and we thought things might be different, and they aren't. So now we're trying to build a plan to offer some opportunities online. but also how can we do, because we've got a big space, so how can we do some lessons, especially sewing. You don't need to be very close with sewing. With knitting and crochet, there doesn't need to be a little bit in closer proximity to one another. So we're working on it, because part of this too, it's not just about making something, especially when we're thinking about handcrafts. It's about doing it in the presence of others. And sharing that moment in time, not to be alone. It's not, grandma on a rocking chair by the fireplace all alone. It is women mostly, but men too, around a table with a couple of bottles of wine and, gossip and conversation. We call it in knitting, we call it knit and bitch. But it's an opportunity to be with each other, and what you share in common is the craft. And then you build relationship, you build community around that craft, and a bottle or two or three of wine helps too.
Right. Counselor, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
We appreciate your presence, and please feel free to come on back the rest of the week. We got a lot in store for you, like I said before.
I love it.
We'd love for you to come on down, please.
And if the boot is still on in the next couple of days, it will be bedazzled for my next appearance.
I can't wait.
Let me ask you one quick favor, and if everybody watching would indulge me for a moment, let's all smile. I'll do a screen capture, and we'll tweet this out to the world.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, did we miss? You missed Laura. One more time.
You missed Laura. We'll do it again. 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that wonderful presentation. That was amazing. So as we're wrapping up, I would like to say, for those who are in the building, thank you all so much for joining us on our opening night of Boston Caribbean Fashion Week. I would like to tell you guys that make sure that you guys are with us throughout the rest of the week, because we're here up until Saturday, okay? So tomorrow we are starting again at 3 o'clock. I know today we started at 5, but we're starting a little bit earlier tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys check your time zones wherever you are. All right. So we have a great list of things that are going on tomorrow. Just a few things that I want to tell you guys are happening on the schedule. We have the Small Business Resource Info session that is happening. That's something that you do not want to miss. If you are a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're thinking about entering into the business realm, that session is for you. We also have our lovely group of expert fashion artists and entrepreneurs who are going to be speaking about brands that can show that Black lives do matter. And so if you are very interested in what's going on politically with the Black Lives Matter movement, via what brands are doing, major brands and retailers, that discussion is very important. I would love to have you guys tune into that. That's going to be major. And of course, we have a founders chat for the future of fashion. So where are we going to see ourselves down the line in this industry? So that's just a little bit. I can't give you everything because I need you guys to be there. We need you to be there and make it happen for our beautiful speakers tomorrow. And it can't work without you guys being present, okay? Yes, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, meet us here. Also, as you can see, the way I'm dressed here, supposed to let y'all know that we have a selfie challenge this, okay? Boston Caribbean Fashion Week got a selfie challenge. We got a whole bunch of prizes. All right. For a couple of people out there. All right. So throughout the week, we will be checking in on Instagram for your best selfie with this event. All right. You see how we took this screen grab right now? I'm going to have to see you guys on Instagram tagging us. It's the Boston Caribbean Fashion Week Red Carpet Selfie Challenge. I know it's a lot, but when you type in BCFW Red Carpet Selfie Challenge.
There you go.
Hashtag it. Make sure you follow Boston Caribbean Fashion Week. We'll show you examples on their site to make sure that you take the best picture. This is fashion, baby. Fashion. So you got to show up and show out. And when you do, we're going to pick the winner. And that's going to be on Saturday. And the last day, Saturday at 6 o'clock is the end time. So you got up and
four
now.
Four
o'clock. 4 o'clock. My bad. 4 o'clock on Saturday. So you can post every day. Tag it. Make sure you tag it and follow Boston Caribbean Fashion Week so you can see some examples. We're going to show you how it's done. You see this. It's an example.
Yeah. Yes, all right. Lori, yes.
All right.
Tell the good people.
I'm telling you.
So yes, make sure that you participate in the selfie challenge that we have here. And the thing is, it's just not just taking any old photo. We want to see you having a photo watching this event. You can get very creative with your whole setup and just, you know, your look of the day, your outfit of the day. So
that's right.
And here's the fun part. It could be waist up because nobody's worried about the waist bottom part. So be creative with it. Show us what you got. What's your area looking like? Where in the world are you when you're tagging us in this photos and everything? Oh, Elmir, I see you, but that's okay. I won't. But we'll make sure that once you tag us, we're going to put it up on our page to show everybody that you are tuned in, you're plugged in, and you're watching this fashion event. This is the best way that we can all connect and say that we're pitching in and we're in this together, having fun. So I definitely want to see those photos. We will, our team as well too. We are in this, but we will not be winning a prize, unfortunately.
Right.
No. Unfortunately.
There'll be 2 winners. Okay, there'll be 2 winners that are going to be selected from the BCFW team for the selfie challenge. And then also we do have some fun little prizes as well too. So as long as you are here, you've registered, so therefore that now counts you in for our you can say our door prize if you want to say that. It's good to have prizes, and you got to be here to participate for that. I do want to shout out, I did see earlier in the chat, I don't know if you're still here, Carl Brown, all the way out of Kingston, Jamaica. Thank you for joining us. Yes, we got Jamaica in the house, because I know definitely everybody wants to participate and see the fashion shows that are going to be coming out later on this week on Friday and Saturday. Those are the 2 days. Definitely the fashion. Are you ready for this? I don't think y'all ready.
Right.
All the way out of Kingston, Jamaica. Welcome, welcome. We thank you for coming through. Yes. And please note, Carl Brown is one of the designers that is participating in the event. So I can't wait. So this is going to be quite interesting. Yes, we're bringing you the international vibes live in front. You have your front row seat. Make sure you have something nice to be sipping on, whatever it may be. If it's a cold in your area, a nice warm drink. Or if it's a hot in your area, just a nice cool drink. But the point is, make sure you have your shades on, your nice drink to sip on, and we're going to serve you some good fashion as well.
Right. Okay.
Our handle for Instagram is at Boston CFW. I'll type it in the chat here for you. That is where you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but most definitely Instagram. We're there. And for this challenge, most definitely snap your photos while we're watching this event and everything. And when you post on your page, tag us as well too. We will appreciate the love. We'll appreciate it across the board. Back to you, Laura.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I can't wait to see each and every one of you tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Bring a friend, tell a friend to come by. You know anybody that ain't doing nothing tomorrow and they feel like they want to go out, but they can't because of the pandemic, and they want to learn? Bring them on. We got you welcome them with open arms. We got you covered for tomorrow. Trust me. Again, we can't wait to see each and every one of you. All right?
Great.
So wonderful. So here ends our particular session. But on that note, I will say thank you so much and have a wonderful evening, day, morning, wherever you are in the world. Until then, I will see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
See you tomorrow, Victoria.
Bye, everyone.